Today I'm at the Tower of London in the City of London. But don't worry, I'm not here to talk about the Tower of London. I'm here to talk about the Liberty Bounds Wetherspoons pub that is directly opposite the Tower of London. Now this is located in one of the premium spots in London. This is a massive tourist area right in the heart of the City of London, which is the high-flying financial district. So this is probably as expensive as you're ever going to find a Wetherspoons to be. So let's go inside and check out what the food is like at the Liberty Bounds right next to the Tower of London. Okay, so here I am at my table in the Liberty Bounds. I've got a nice marble table, reading a copy of the Wetherspoons News. Not entirely sure what's in the Wetherspoons News. There's lots of information on Wetherspoons pub, quite big. It's got all the details of the hotels on the back, so you can see there are lots of hotels. Must get round to staying at those at some point soon. So I've ordered my food, and it's Curry Thursday today. So I've ordered Katsu Curry, which is a breast of chicken with Katsu Curry on it, and a Guinness, because you get a drink, because that's the meal deal here. So ordinarily that would have cost me £10.71 for the curry and £3.93 for the drink. But there's a £5.07 discount applied today because it's Curry Thursday. So in total, it has only cost me £9.57, which is an absolute steal because I am literally over the road from the Tower of London here. I can see it outside of the window. So this is a premium tourist spot in London. You would pay easily £7 for a pint of Guinness here, maybe even £8, possibly as much as £9. So I'm basically getting my curry for free. So that's got to be a super duper deal. But let's see what it's like now. The reason that this pub is called the Liberty Bounds is because of the history of the Tower of London. Now the Tower of London is owned not by the state, it's owned by the royal family in the UK. And obviously the royal family's been around for a very long time. And they had their own jurisdiction. So around the Tower of London, the rules of the City of London did not apply, the rules of the Tower of London applied. So that was why they were able to behead people. There was lots of people famously had their heads chopped off at the Tower of London. But there was a limit in terms of where that liberty ended. And this pub is sitting on the Liberty Bounds. So that's why it's called Liberty Bounds. It's basically where the jurisdiction of the Tower of London ended and where the jurisdiction of the City of London started. So Wetherspoons always like to give their pubs something to do with the history of the place, and this location is fantastic. I mean, if you're coming to London and you're going to the Tower of London, then drop in here. It's a really nice two-level pub as well, so downstairs, upstairs, lots of glass frontage, so it's nice and bright at the front. I've actually got tucked away at the back here because it's better for filming. You can see there's a TV behind me now. That's quite unusual for Wetherspoons, but they do have TVs occasionally, maybe when the World Cup or something like that is on, that they will show it. But ordinarily, no music, no telly, no nothing, basically just the food and drink and the chat. So I'm waiting for my drink and my food to arrive. I'll see you when they do. Right, my pint of Guinness has now turned up. It took around about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Pretty good, pretty within the 10-minute service. So we talked about splitting the G before, the word Guinness on the glass. A lot of people in the UK are trying to have their first drink so that it cuts this G in half. So splitting the G. Now I've tried this before, I've failed. Let's see if I can do it today. It's actually quite a lot of Guinness that you have to split the G. But whilst I'm waiting for the food to arrive, let's see if I can do it.
6 minutes after yeah, I agree.
Perfect. I've actually done it. I've split the G in half. I am very happy with that. But it is quite a lot of the Guinness. That's probably more than a third of the pint of Guinness. So whilst it's a popular trend in the UK, it's not something that I would normally do apart from for this challenge, just to see whether I could achieve it, because I haven't got much of my drink left now and I feel like I've sort of wasted the first third of it trying to do that. But anyway, I split the G, I've done it, I wanted to do it, I'm pleased that I've done that. whilst I'm waiting for the food to arrive, I thought I'd have another look at the menu. So always good to look at the picture on the front. So we've got the Liberty Bounds. It's got basically the insignia of the City of London, which is where this pub is located. And I'm looking at the curries today because it's Curry Thursday. So every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wetherspoons has a promotion. So on a Monday at the moment it's small plates, Tuesday it's burgers, Wednesday it's pizza, and Thursday it's curries. And on those days you get an extra discount if you buy that food. So it's being promoted, so obviously it's a good idea to buy it. So that's why I've ordered the curry. Oh, thank you very much. Fantastic, thank you. And here it is, just arriving. Fantastic. I have to say, this is in a very impressive bowl. There's no flowers on it. There's no pink and blue and orange colours. This is in a black bowl, the sort of thing that you might get in Japan, and it's very nicely shaped. Really interesting shape to it. So I was having a look at the menu, and there's actually 9 different types of curry on here. So there's loads of choice. I've gone for the Katsu curry, which Katsu curry is basically has a Japanese origin. So it's reported to have first been introduced into Japan in the late 1800s, so the 19th century. And essentially what this is, the Katsu curry, it's a breaded chicken breast that's sitting in a Japanese curry. And a Japanese curry is much sweeter, less spicy than an Indian curry or a Chinese curry. So let's have a look at it. And apparently I think the Navy introduced it into Japan. They became very popular in the 60s and 70s in Japan in schools. It became like a school lunch. Then it became mainstream, and then in the UK it became popular when Wagamama started serving it around 10, 15 years ago, and now it's a mainstream dish. So here is what it looks like. So we've got the breaded chicken breast, which has been sliced. It's covered in curry, got some nice fresh chilies and a little bit of rocket lettuce, and then the curry sauce, and it's sitting on a bed of white rice. So it looks pretty good. I'm really impressed with the bowl. Got a nice knife and fork, so let's take a slice. So it's quite good. I mean, this is the traditional way to serve it, with it being pre-sliced. So this isn't something that Wetherspoons have invented. I'm going to take a bit of the curry, a bit of the rice, a bit of the chicken, and see what it's like. My chicken's well cooked, maybe a little bit overcooked, a bit chewy. Curry sauce is very mild, very mild. So if you've ever had curry sauce maybe at school or in a staff canteen, something like that, they tend not to overdo the spices because most people don't like it too spicy. So it's definitely not spicy, but it's got a rich aromatic flavour to it. It's not a bad katsu curry sauce, actually. I can understand why it's not extra spicy, because just most people wouldn't be able to eat it. So it is a sort of for the masses type katsu curry. It's not really spicy at all. So if you've ever had katsu curry in Wagamama, which is actually quite spicy, you can buy that in the stores these days. I think you can get it in supermarkets. That's quite spicy. This isn't really. So I don't have to worry about not being able to finish it because it's too hot for me. The rice at the bottom, quite well cooked. It looks like basmati rice. I don't know whether it is or not, but it looks pretty decent. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's a good sized portion. So I've got a single chicken breast which has been sliced in probably 9 or 10 different slices. There's plenty of curry sauce to go through. So one of the things I hate is if you go somewhere and they give you a whole load of rice and not enough sauce, because then you're left with a load of dry rice. Yeah, this is pretty decent. I would have preferred it a little bit spicier, I have to say, because I do like a little bit of spice. So it's a bit more of a sauce rather than curry, so more towards the sauce end of the curry sauce spectrum than the curry side, but it's decent. The chicken's nice, the presentation's good, and this is a really good price. So let me finish this, and I will. I was just going to talk to you about the building actually before I sign off on this bit. So this building here has been here since around about 1900, so about 125 years or so. and it was the headquarters of a company, a shipping company, for a long time, till about the 1980s, and then it went into different, all sorts of different usages. And Wetherspoons have opened this pub around about 20 years ago, so it's been here for quite a long time. It looks pretty spick and span inside though. It's in good condition. Interestingly, the carpet, it has anchors on there which represents the sort of shipping company heritage from old. So again, a little nod to the past from Wetherspoons. But let me finish the rest of this and I'll see you again for the wrap up. I've now finished my meal, and I have to say it got a little bit hotter, that curry, even though I was a little bit dismissive earlier that it wasn't at all spicy. As I ate more and more of it, the spice sort of built up a little bit, so I can feel it a bit at the back of my throat. I would have liked it a bit spicier, but yeah, it was a good katsu curry, I think, overall. The actual curry side of it hit the mark, had the right sort of consistency. It was sweet enough, a little bit of spice, not enough for me, but a little bit. I think most people would probably find that okay. Chicken breast itself, decent size, been nicely sliced, nicely breaded, wasn't too soggy, because sometimes you have katsu curry, if it's been sitting in the sauce, all the breadcrumbs fall off and go soggy. That sauce had obviously been poured on later, so it wasn't just sitting in the sauce all day, so I think that was prepared in the right way. The rice was quite nice. I was very impressed with the bowl. And I know I've had a lot of comments from people saying you shouldn't be judging the food on the plate or the bowl, but it does add to the aesthetic. When you're eating food, the visual is an important part of enjoying the meal. So if you get it on a plate that's sort of going against the grain, if you think, oh, I don't like the look of this plate, it just sows the doubt in your mind that this won't be a good meal. But I was really impressed. That's the first time in Wetherspoons that I've had a real bowl that's not just the usual corporate colours. So quite impressed, and it was actually shaped and it looked a bit Japanese, so yeah, it definitely helped my enjoyment of the food overall, even though some people don't agree with that. I think it does play a factor. So I was happy with the presentation. It looked good. It looked like the sort of thing that you get in quite a decent restaurant, quite nicely presented, had a little bit of chili on the top and a bit of rocket, so yeah, it was well. I think it pictured well, so I was prepared for a good meal before I ate it. Chicken was decent, curry was all right, the rice was well cooked. So overall, I think it was quite a good katsu curry, and it's Curry Thursday today, so the price was £9.57, which would be quite a decent price on its own for central London where I am. But when you take into account that I got a free pint of Guinness included in that, and that pint of Guinness is probably worth £6, £7, £8, something like that. That means that curry was almost free, probably a couple of quid, £2 or £3. So I have to take that into account in terms of my overall score, because value for money, across the board in Wetherspoons, value for money is 10 out of 10. You can't knock this place for value for money. In terms of the quality of the food, it was good. It was all right. So what's my score for the katsu curry in the Liberty Bounds? Well, this pub is great. It's a great location. If you're coming to London and you want to see the Tower of London, then drop in here, because it's literally over the road from it. You won't get a cheaper lunch or anywhere around this area. You might get ripped off somewhere else. So I'll definitely recommend coming here. What's my score for this pub and the food? Well, the pub's great. It's got really nice frontage, lots of lights, busy, hubbub. It's good. Food was good. My overall score for today, 7 out of 10. So that's a decent score, solid score. As you know, if it's less than 7.5, I wouldn't come back. I probably wouldn't come back for the katsu curry. I might come back to this pub if I'm passing the area, but I certainly wouldn't make a destination visit just for the katsu curry. But it was decent, it was okay, and if you come on Curry Thursday, then you get a really good deal. So thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end, and thank you for watching any of my videos. If you like today, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again on the next.